Pretty good, though.
One of them.
Hey there. So I'm working my way through my Tavour. Almost spilled that. My Tavour delivery for this month, and I have American Brown Ale by Rubens. And so Rubens is in Seattle, Washington. So this is 36 IBUs and 5.9% alcohol by volume. Malty, hoppy brown ale. So bright citrus hops with a little toast in the background. So normally brown ales, so the distinction between an English brown ale and American brown ale is the hops use. So our hops is more forward, tends to be citrusy or resiny, piney, and so I expect that that's what we're going to get out of this particular brew. Wow, holy moly, that's a lot of bubbles. So this is great. I don't think I would have come across Rubens without Tavour, so I'm really excited about that. So they have a U.S. Open Award, the Washington Beer Award Silver in 2013, and a Beverage Tasting Institute Gold from 2012. The World Beer Championships. So it sounds like they make some pretty amazing stuff. It also says that their beers are unfiltered and unrefined, so please pour gently. And I don't know, yeah, actually you can see. There is some sediment in this bottle. It was laying in my refrigerator on its side for a while. And so when you have beers like that are unfiltered, don't swirl them unless you want that. But generally speaking, you want to kind of pour them gently and leave the last little bit in the bottle, so that way you don't get the sediment in your glass. And so it looks like it didn't pour with a whole bunch of sediment, so that's great. Good thing, because I didn't read that until after the fact. All right, so aroma. Lots of sweetness, like brown sugar kind of maltiness. This smells really great. But a nice, fresh, crisp hop smell too. How are those strawberries? Okay, so yeah, sweet and malty with this really nice, clean hops over top of it. Very nicely done. Great aroma. So appearance-wise, it's a nice brown, and it looks darker from your perspective than mine. I guess the lights are behind the beer from my perspective, but it has a little bit of a reddish kind of golden copper color to it, and it's definitely hazy. But we would expect that, since we have seen that it was that this is an unfiltered beer. So flavor. I really like the styles of beers that are kind of in the middle. The brown ales, the porters, the stouts, although stouts might not be in the middle so much, but the amber ales, I like the ingredients that are in IPAs, but they tend to be very too aggressive for me, I think, for my palate. But an American brown ale, that's like a very good marriage between robust, complex malts and that hop characteristic that we get out of American hops. That and this particular beer is like the perfect balance. So up front, it's roasty, malty, has that sweetness to it, and then the finish, it has this very stylized hop dryness to it, and it's very enjoyable. Rubens is a great brewer from this 1, 2, 3 sips of beers that I've had from them so far. I'm terribly impressed. Yeah, this is a good beer. So definitely hoppy on the finish, but like I said, out of an American brown ale. That's what that's what we're expecting. And I think drinking this reminds me of why I think people are interested in that style that's kind of emerging or has emerged, hoppy lagers. And so lagers tend to have very mild malt flavor, almost no malt, in my opinion, and oftentimes they will taste like water to me. But they are adding this hop characteristic that is like a baby version of an IPA. So if IPAs hit a little too hard for you, an American brown might be a way to go. You still get that hop flavor, and it's a very robust and complex beer. But these hoppy lagers are even more mild in the hops variety, and I think even a little bit more mild in the I meant to say in the malts, but also in the hops, and so it's kind of like intense craft beer light, but nonetheless, so great beer. I definitely recommend it. Oh, mouthfeel. This is a medium to full body beer, pretty heavily carbonated, but very drinkable. What a great treat. I have to tell you, and I feel like I'm going to say this every time I open a beer from Tavour, I'm super excited about having these beers delivered. It's such a great service. Anyway, you get notified about these beers that are available, and then you just reply back, yes, please, and then they show up at my office, but they show up at your house, and it's pretty awesome. So I have this whole collection of really great beers, very highly rated beers, and beers from regions that I can't necessarily get here in the Bay Area even. So that's pretty awesome. So cheers to Rubens for this great beer, and to Tavour for the great service. So if this is something that you've tried, where is the letter R? There it is, Rubens American Brown Ale. Then share with me. I would love to hear about it. What'd you think? And then where were you able to find it? So that way people can find it in different regions. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.